That's perfect. No context is great. Anyways, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey there, folks. Editing Doc here. Now, before you skip ahead, please listen for just a moment. We're a small channel here on YouTube, doing this in our free time for fun. And unfortunately, it takes a while for small channels to grow, no matter how hard we try. You know those things that YouTubers beg you to do? Liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing? That actually really does help us reach more people. So if you like what we do here, please do those things. Tell us what you'd rate a creature. Share our videos with paleo-loving friends. Everything you do helps us grow, and it means a lot. Because we love teaching people about the world around them. And we have a bunch of fun projects planned for the future. But we need your help to do both of those things. And honestly, getting paid for the work we do wouldn't be a bad thing either. Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled art content. Hope you enjoy. Hello there, everybody! Welcome to episode 10 of Arkosaurs Evolved. Here we like to talk about the weird and wacky creatures in the world of Ark Survival Evolved, and how they compare to the not much less weird creatures in our world. Though today we have an entirely fictional creature, which should be interesting.
Fictional to
Very scary one.
extreme we haven't even looked into yet.
Well, before we begin, we should probably introduce ourselves. I am Dr. Dino, not an actual doctor, but I am working on becoming a functioning paleontologist, more or less. I'm currently out in Wyoming and hunting for dinosaurs, having a good time. To my right is...
Hi, I am Dominic Peary, also known as Dino Dom. I am currently a fossil prep intern at Harvard's MCZ, or Museum of Comparative Zoology, under the Vert Paleo division. Currently I have just finished up a project and I'm starting a new project. I'm not allowed to say what those projects are, but yeah!
And last and probably least is...
I am Eric Games, aka Gojira, and I am I am an incoming master's student preparing to go to the University of Bristol, so I can get away from these two dunderheads.
And together we are... the Boneheads.
The Boneheads!
I think I was like a second ahead of you two.
Yeah, probably.
Well, shall we introduce the monster of
Creature?
the day?
This is the definition of creature.
Yes, it is a
really is.
gremlin.
So everyone, welcome to what apparently is synapsid. I disagree, and so do my colleagues.
Which we'll get into what that is soon.
Yeah.
But this, everyone, is a Noglin.
And this is as close as I can get to
horrifying. It is horrendous.
Probably one
It's
of the
4
most bizarre
eyes!
creatures we'll be looking at in this entire series.
I think it's the most bizarre, actually.
It looks like a
What was that
rejected Lilo and
tongue?
Stitch experiment.
Yeah, wait, let's do its idle animation again. Wait, let's see this tongue.
Okay.
What'd that tongue do?
It has a multi-pronged tongue.
Apparently. Which,
So everyone,
I mean, is pretty bizarre for a synapsid.
yeah, this is a Noglin. If you know what a Noglin is, that's correct. This is from Genesis Part 2. From what I understand, the least successful of Arks DLC. Because, I think Genesis Part 1 and 2 aren't great. Astrocetus is the only thing I think. Astrocetus and Astro Delphi are only good ones. But this creature, we mentioned in Ideria that some creatures in Ark are game mechanics given true form, and that we are of the opinion that should not be how these are made. This is a game mechanic given form, which isn't a great start for it. But
Not.
Given very bizarre form. For sure.
yeah, it performs. I don't actually know if there's a term for. It performs
Whoa.
hypnosis.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you get their shoulder pets.
oh, an instant
Yep.
transmission.
Yeah, you
Go
can pick
throw it at
these
the
things
snail.
up, and they just stare at your head.
Yeah, they're
It is a
evil
fate worse than
gremlins.
death.
And they'll
Okay, but
they'll try to attach themselves to creatures and control them
and
because
and
they
control
eat
them.
brains or something.
yeah, which is weird.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
it took control of you.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I think it took control of you.
Apparently, this is bizarre. I didn't know this could happen.
You having fun as a Noglin? Yeah.
I'm having confusion as a Noglin. Ooh, can I take
Oh, wait.
over the pig?
Oh,
Possess
wait.
the pig.
Yes. Aha! Go kill them.
I am
Charge!
taking over the pig.
Charge!
So yes,
My
Noglins
mighty
are the
steed.
only creature in the game to be able to take control of other creatures. The way they do this, now Noglin's also, as the other Genesis creatures, doesn't have a dossier. It has a audio thing, which we'll see if Doc can include it. If he can't, sucks to suck, I guess.
I mean, we can read it out at least.
That critter might seem kinda cute at arm's length, but you shouldn't let it get near your head. I think it might be an ideovore. Like a vampire, but for free will. Oof, creepy little noggin goblin. Wait, you could call it a Noglin.
Can there be a cut there? Probably.
No, definitely.
How do I detach this?
I don't know. I guess we'll figure that out together.
Well, while I'm stuck, being a pig-ophant.
Pig, I guess.
So Noglins, what are they?
Apparently, it's an
Yeah.
absent.
What is it? I mean, we've had synapsids before, though I don't think we called them out by name.
No.
Maybe I can get this frog to kill me. Come here.
A synapsid is from if you didn't know, there are two different forms. There are synapsids and diapsids. They appear to split off.
There's
Specifically
three.
within
There's
the amniotes.
What's the other one?
anapsids.
Well, I'm saying like not the term of the bone, but like the split off, because
Fair enough.
I think anapsids are types of diapsids, from what I understand.
It's complicated.
Anapsids have no openings.
Yes, because turtles are anapsids.
Wait, can I take over?
I thought turtles were
Take over
giants.
the toad?
Yes. Yeah,
Ribbit.
Gojira's
Ribbit.
gonna have fun this entire episode playing as the wild animals of the swamp.
Gojira.
Yeah, Gojira, definitely. No, Doc. But so
Ribbit.
they appear
Ribbit.
to split off in the Carboniferous. Maybe. I don't know if we have a set actual thing of when they split from each other.
I think Carboniferous seems to be the divergence point.
Okay. And they appear to go into two forms.
we might
Become
lose an
the
Noglin.
crocodile. Become the crocodile.
Oh, wait, I
You can't
can't.
blue.
Oh, well, I could have.
Okay. I send another Noglin to the.
To the slaughterhouse.
You, my child. I choose you. Nope. Oh wait, do they have a belly button?
But if they have belly buttons, that's really fucking weird.
Because only mammals have belly buttons.
Yeah. Well.
Only placental
kinda
mammals
see
have
it.
belly
You
buttons.
can kind of see it when I'm backing up. Is that a belly button? Do we think? So it's
Change our
not the
camera
anus.
position. Change our camera position.
I can't really.
This is probably gonna get us demonetized either way, but
Oh no! Move me.
You're stuck.
you're seizuring.
Yeah, apparently. But at least when backing up, I can see a dot on the belly. I think that
Yeah, I
might be a
see
belly
it.
button.
Yeah,
If
that
that's
might
a
be.
belly button, that
That
I
will.
don't
That's
know if
less.
Oh, there we
that's
go.
less helpful
Yeah.
actually. Okay, but yeah, synapsids are what eventually become mammals. And you may have also heard them a term of stem mammal or mammal-like reptile. The more term is known as synapsids. They are a group of stem mammals um, that basically take over during the Permian and late Carboniferous. We talk about one-ish in Diplocalus. We mentioned Dimetrodon. And there's a lot, and we'll talk about them a lot more because there are there's 2 or 3 synapsids in this.
I
I
mean, all
think.
the mammals are synapsids.
I mean, like
Well,
we have Dimetrodon, Perlovia.
Is
that it?
Stegosaurus in the game?
Lystosaurus.
Listersaurus.
And Moschops as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and Moschops. There's a lot of synapses in this, and those things, especially Moschops, we will talk at length about because Moschops is the greatest creature
He is really cool.
that has ever been designed by God.
I see Dom
But
is a religious man.
no, I am not.
Neither am I.
I am starkly. I study dinosaurs,
Well, that's
and
that's a whole different discussion.
those are also not
Yes.
mutually exclusive.
True.
But yeah, synapsids eventually become mammals. Synapsids mean what? One hole.
Yes, and diapsids is 2.
And what those mean is basically you have a hole in your skull. Diapsids have 2 holes. Yeah, yours is right
Well,
here.
Humans actually
Kind of.
don't have one anymore because it's been closed.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
They do. Right.
Sorry.
Yep,
And
they're
that is a shared trait among, I believe, all primates.
It
Yeah.
is.
Do lemurs as well?
Let me
Um,
look.
at
Get up
least
lemurs.
monkeys. I think lemurs.
I know.
Lemurs,
Okay.
they do not. No, they do not have a. Oh wait,
Hole.
actually,
Is-
wait a
They
minute.
have a post-orbital shelf.
Skull of ringtail lemur. Like, I'm looking at an illustration of one, but can't tell if that's like a part of the auditory lobe or.
I would
Let's
assume
check
it's
the
auditory.
lobe.
Let me look at
Send a
let me look at the
picture.
skull. Wait,
Yeah.
auditory.
Here.
Why are you
Yeah.
looking at the brain?
Oh, like
The
the
lobe?
little hole in the skull that's like.
Yeah, the auditory lobe is part of the brain.
Oh, sorry. I'm still learning
you're right.
anatomy.
Okay, no, look
Oh,
at
but-
lemurs. It looks like ring-tailed lemurs. It's filled in. Mouse lemurs. It is not.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
that's good to know.
So it's at least a trait of monkeys and apes, I believe.
Right.
And probably it looks to be, if it rings into a hat, probably more distinct lemurs.
So, and just to explain this so everyone at home knows what we're talking about, and I will put a figure or 2 up on screen here.
Yes.
In anatomy, there is a lot of scientific lingo and a lot of terms. One of these terms is fenestra, or the
Yes.
plural
Uh-huh.
fenestrae. Fenestra is Latin for window, and it generally refers to a hole in the skull. With
Yep.
synapsids, they all, ancestrally, have a hole in the skull behind the eye. It's called the post-orbital fenestra. Now that it can be for muscle attachments, it changes around in some lineages what it's used exactly for, but it's something shared by almost all of them. Unless they lose it, which happens sometimes in evolution.
And usually they lose one specific one unless you are a turtle, where you become weird. But that's because
Turtles are weird.
it's
We
a
can talk
turtle.
about that in
Yeah.
carbon hemis.
yes,
Isn't it the
Um,
temporal fenestrae?
temporal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the other one is
I
the
believe.
with diapsids, they have the post-orbital and they have the temporal, which is on
Yeah.
top
We
of the head
only-
or up on
Yeah.
the side of the head.
And
It's
which
actually
ones do map?
I will put a picture here. It's because it's really easy to see in alligators and crocodiles.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think also a lot of lizards. It's really easy to see too, from what I
Yeah,
remember.
They usually use it for
Yeah.
muscle attachments.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this guy
Actually,
is apparently a synapsid, meaning that he probably has the post-orbital fenestra back here.
we'll talk about.
But that's bizarre.
He does have exterior ears,
He does appear to. Let
so
me.
that would support synapsid.
Yeah, it looks. Oh, so it looks like the mouth
I think those are ears.
opens, and like its grin reaches its ears, I guess is how I would phrase it. But yeah,
Well,
it looks like it has ears.
if you didn't know, that kind of. If you didn't know why we think it's the ears, your jaw, at least in some mammals, does connect to your ear, kind of.
Well, it just it goes at least right by there. In
Yeah.
more basal synapsids, it is part of the ear.
Correct.
And
Yes.
diapsids, actually. It's a mammal trait
Yes.
to only have one bone on each side of your lower jaw.
That's true.
Most other vertebrates have at least 3, maybe 4.
I don't remember. I should know this because I've been looking at skulls for a while. But yeah. I know this personally because if you can move your ears, what you're actually moving is part of your jaw muscle. I can move my ears, so yeah, I just tried to move my ears under my headphones. Yeah, that's very helpful, Dominic.
It's also why your
Life.
voice sounds different to you than it does to everyone else. Because
Yes, 'cause
your
you're hearing
ear is
from
also
inside
picking up vibrations through your jaw.
Yeah.
Mind you, with that, you tend to get used to hearing your own voice too. It's also why you tend to dislike your own voice.
When it's recorded.
Oh, and it's also
Yeah.
why you can hear yourself chewing
Yep.
really well.
Very well.
Sorry for all the misophoniacs out there.
Yeah. But if this is a synapsid, one, do we know of any creatures that gain more eyes Because it's
Within
4 eyes.
synapsids?
within any vertebrate
Any vertebrates with
besides like
there
basal?
There are fish that
lamprey?
split their eyes.
Lamprey have 4 eyes.
They
I thought
do.
lamprey only had 2 eyes.
I'm almost positive lamprey have 2 eyes.
Let's like
They have 6
Like-
6 or 8 gills.
4 eyes. Yeah.
Lampreys have
Just realized
2. They have 2
I can
eyes.
possess one of these guys and like park
Yeah.
him on top of a rock,
Mhm.
and we can look at that belly button if it is there.
No, they got 4.
If I can
They
get
got
going.
4 eyes.
They-
Here, let me
It
show
is-
you
That's
my
a belly
definitely-
button.
That's definitely a belly button, yeah. Are you sure I'm looking at pictures of them and they only have 2.
I
I'm
got a
pretty sure they
just
only have
posted
2.
just posted a
Yeah.
diagram on the group chat.
Oh, a lot of primitive reptiles have
Oh!
3 eyes.
They have the light sensing
Synapsids
eye.
have
That is
primitive 3
correct.
eyes.
Yeah, you're right. They have 3 eyes. But yeah. So that's a nose and a light. It's a tuatara eye. It's not a proper functioning eye. But no, they only have 2 eyes.
But yeah, before we get demonetized, that's definitely a belly button.
Yes.
It is, yeah. Which would support that this thing gives live birth.
Well, not necessarily.
No, you're right.
Something that was only discovered fairly recently. Psittacosaurus, a small dinosaur from Asia. We have at least one specimen with a preserved belly button,
Correct.
Hmm.
but they are generally much more pronounced
In mammals.
Yes,
in
and
vertebrates.
this being
Yeah.
just a dot would make sense for at least very basal synapsid.
Yeah, it's not a dot though. It looks like a button.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
a
a.
pit in the belly.
Oh, God damn it. That's unhelpful. But so if this thing's a basal synapsid, the other thing is a split jaw. Now that I can believe more likely to happen because
Yeah.
technically snakes do that.
Even though they're diapsids, but yeah.
But
Are
it's
there any
synapses that do that. No, I don't think
synapsids
so.
that split the mandibular symphysis?
I don't think
Um,
many synapsids do much like jaw-based kinesis.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
for decoding the science talk there. So
Yeah.
your jawbone is actually two separate bones that are connected right up front by your chin. There's
Yes.
a line there called the mandibular symphysis. So it's just mandible, the jaw, and symphysis where something is fused. You have plenty of other symphyses in your body. In most synapsids, I'm pretty sure that's very well fused.
I do not know. I do not know of like Permian or Carboniferous synapsids
No.
that well to even answer that question.
I don't think any do. No.
I mean, it's hypothetically possible. It's just
It's not
You
something that
would-
evolved.
It's why
you would
one of the
really
reasons
have
why
to rework your jaw musculature because a lot of your musculature relies on it being one solid bone.
yeah, it's why this thing being an amphibian makes more sense. And we'll get to that more. Also, how many toes does it have?
4.
It seems to have
Four?
4 front toes
And
and
looking at the belly button,
3
Um,
back
three.
toes.
3 back
That's
toes.
okay then. That's
I mean, that's
it. Also,
well. I mean, it could have easily lost toes. Like toe count is pretty variable.
yeah, no, yeah.
Mhm.
It's also very shiny.
Which
And
Yes, it is
probably
very
what
shiny.
is like a display structure for courtship.
Well, no, I actually don't. No, I mean shiny in its skin texture. It has
Oh, yeah.
scales.
I think that might just be the scales. Like looking
Yeah.
at it more, I think the scales are really shiny.
It having
But the skin
scales
is
is also. Yeah.
But we
Sorry
know
for yawning, everyone.
basal synapsids could have
That's
scales.
scales. Yeah. But if it has scales, it can't be an amphibian. Amphibians don't have those.
Well, it also wouldn't be a synapsid if it was an amphibian.
That's also
Yeah,
well,
that's also
yes.
It couldn't have a belly button either
If it was an
That's
amphibian.
because it has to
very
be an
true,
amniote to
actually.
have a belly button.
You're
Yes.
right. If you don't know what an amniote is any sort of vertebrate that isn't an amphibian, basically.
Well, it
Kind of.
specifically you use an amnion
Yeah.
Yes.
in development. So that's like the yolk in an egg,
Yeah. The amniotic fluid.
the amnion,
in eggs.
or like the fluid inside the womb.
Yeah.
A mammal is just it.
Yeah.
Your vat, basically, when you're a baby.
Well, no, that's around you.
Remnants.
Hello, sir.
Execute Order 66.
Execute Order 60 pig.
Kill the snail.
No,
Anyways.
that'll take forever.
Exactly. It'll give you time to talk. It'll give me time to talk about the war dance.
Oh,
So-
yes. Shall we talk about
Um,
hypnotism then? Oh,
Yes.
wait. Actually, we can see this. Look at the jaws.
It
The
attaches
jaws
via
really
the
flare
jaw.
out.
God.
Yeah.
Like, kind of reminds
So-
me of Shin Godzilla,
Wait,
where
it's-
it's like,
so-
it's like
it's bleeding.
splitting open.
Canonically,
Well,
this
it was
thing.
bleeding there. The pig was bleeding there. Did it take damage from that?
Could it be like a little
Um,
parasite or something? Like a little
That's-
leech?
Well, that appears to be what
It's
it is.
taking
Yes, it takes damage.
damage.
Yeah, it's taking rampant damage.
It's
So,
like gnawing on
if
its
you didn't
brain.
know, this thing basically eats brains, and it does that by hypnotizing its prey and latching onto its brain. Mind you, that's not actually the most thing. That's not like what's the word? Most outlandish thing there is. wasps actually do that to
Well,
spiders.
it's
Um,
And-
not known very well within vertebrates. Invertebrates do it all
no.
the time.
Like Cordyceps and fungus does with like cordyceps and ants.
And
well, yeah,
there are
cuttlefish.
cuttlefish. There are there are parasites that like they'll latch into a snail. And,
Yeah,
like,
the snail.
cause the eye stalk thing.
Bloop, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really gross thing.
Or like deer worms, like brain worms in deer and moose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that modify
no,
behavior. Well, there's a
there's
really
also
common thing in mice, isn't there? Causes them not fear
yeah,
cats.
yes, humans can get it. It's
Yeah.
it makes cat piss an aphrodisiac. It's why some people become crazy cat people. That's literally the reason. It makes you like the smell of cats more.
Oh, well, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you can catch it. Yeah, it breeds in cat feces. And mice. But yeah, it's very common in vertebrates, very common in parasites. Vertebrates appear to only have one type of hypnotism in it, and we're gonna make this a game show, everyone. I'm gonna list 4 vertebrates, and you have to guess which one does hypnotism. In the comments down below. This is definitely not to get more activity, and definitely an interactive thing. No cheating, by the way.
Porque no
So,
listos.
yes. The first one is do we think frogs? Do we think weasels and stoats? Do we think it's a salamander? Or do we think it's a type of bird of paradise?
And the answer is
The answer is stoats and weasels. Somehow.
Congratulations to the 5 people that got it correct.
Exactly.
probably more like 2.
Not yet. So, stoats and weasels, specifically, some smaller versions, some smaller stoats. Actually, the entire, like, weasel, ferret, stoat family do this thing. They have a version of zoomies that's basically, remove Noglin. I don't know why that made me laugh. That just kills it. Okay, then.
Okay.
It's dead now.
Oh, and it just leaves meat and hide.
That's all the meat and hide you'd get from it, I think.
Oh, wow.
Here lies Noglin's hopes
horrifying.
and dreams. What a baby.
That's horrifying. I love that.
Anyways, stoats appear to do a thing, not similar to a Noglin. What the Noglin's doing is more similar to what cuttlefish do, but we'll get to that. Hi. So, remove Noglin.
Oh, my character is going nuts.
It does kill it no matter what. Interesting.
Yeah, Pixar.
That's terrifying. Oh, it probably just
Hypnotis-
rips out the brain, doesn't it?
That's what it does, yeah. This thing, though, it feeds on the brain, and it hypnotizes its victims into basically, it controls them around, making them act like a puppet while it does it. But what stoats do is in their version of zoomies, I forgot what there's an actual scientific term for zoomies. I should know what it is.
Extra something activity.
Frantic random activity periods.
Yes, fraps. Thank you. Frapping.
Well, man, I just realized
basically,
we're gonna have a lot to talk about with the stego.
I'm aware I hate
And
it.
the plates.
I think it's alright.
But
anyway,
their version of zoomies, stoats have learned that if they basically bounce around and shake all about, rabbits get hypnotized from it and get disoriented. And if you don't think, oh, that's not bad, a stoat is about half a pound. Well, that's probably really over exaggerating.
I think you're really over exaggerating there.
I think I am too. Stoats are like
maybe 2
this
or 3
Coke
ounces.
can, maybe this empty can of root beer. a nondescript root beer can. Um, whereas a rabbit is like 6, maybe even 10 pounds. And they kill them. Do this, which is a massive size difference. I think one of the only size differences you get is like Deinonychus and Tenontosaurus.
Probably,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where it's like a 20th of the weight.
Like
Yeah.
150 pounds against 2,000 pounds.
Yeah, it's a bit more than that actually. It's like 4,000 pounds.
4,000.
But yeah. So, and yeah, they hypnotize. Other hypnotism in nature, the main one's cuttlefish, and it seems Noglins do a cuttlefish thing of bright, shiny colors, mesmerize things and do brain things.
And then
Which
they
what
just
Noglins do.
pour into the brain and, I don't know, maybe control them
It-
via chemicals or something? I don't know.
it might be why their tongue is so like that, where they basically literally connect to the receptors in the brain with their tongue.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, these are alien creatures, but they are. How do we think about the design of the Noglin? Gojira,
I mean,
go
this-
first.
Well, wait, are you
Oh,
wanting
is
to
it-
rank them?
Is it
No,
time
no,
to
no,
rank?
no, no. No. We just talk about their base design and what we think it's used for, also how we think it actually looks, and then we'll rank it.
I think it looks like a disgusting creature. It
Yes.
terrifies me.
It's
It
not
is
great.
ugly.
Go ahead.
That's all I have.
Honestly, I feel take away the legs, make it more like a slug, and I think I would buy it a lot more.
Yeah.
Like, it would seem
Make
a
it
lot more
invertebrate.
natural to me. Like, just having it be a synapsid of all things. I don't know
It
how something
feels
like this would
wrong.
evolve.
No, and unlike the extinction things, which give a reasoning for their weirdness by combined with what is it called? Element.
Yeah.
All of the things on Genesis are like they apparently properly evolved, or at least maybe genetically edited, maybe. Which that's how I could see a thing. But even genetic editing, giving something a split jaw, multiple eyes, for what purpose?
Like,
Oh, and as it's getting darker, bioluminescent as well.
Also, is the one in front of you dying?
Is it? No?
no.
I
No,
guess
why
it
is
just
it
has
covered in
red
blood?
splashes.
Let's
Okay,
correct
then.
that.
But yeah, they also the main use is controlling mounts. They have no other purpose besides controlling things. They are the only combat only shoulder pet, and it makes them not great because when we get to more shoulder pets, you will learn that Ark does really well with almost all of its shoulder pets. They're really good,
A lot of them
This
are.
Except-
is section.
except for this one.
I don't know. I don't hate it.
It also feels like it's copying too much from Bulb Dog, though.
It kind of does.
And it does, yeah. It
Like
feels
Bulb,
like Bulb Dog 2.0, but stranger.
It looks like
Yeah.
it looks like a rated R version of a Lilo and Stitch experiment.
that's actually a good. Oh my god, that's. It just
mean,
looks
you're
like
not
a Lilo
wrong.
and Stitch experiment. Yeah. Yeah, I can
Actually,
imagine an
that
episode.
makes me think. Could it be an evolved Bulb Dog?
But a Bulb Dog's an amphibian.
Is it?
I can double check.
Bulldogs.
Let me double check what a Bulb Dog is. Bulb
Yeah.
Dogs are they're synapsids. Bulb Dogs is synapsid.
Huh.
You might actually be right.
Okay. Well, there'd be some hyper evolution stuff, but I don't know that. Well, wait. Do Bulb Dogs have external ears?
Let me double check the model.
Let's see. They-
Maybe.
I think they do. Yeah, those little flaps.
Yeah.
Those are the external ears.
Yeah, they have tiny external ears, yeah.
Huh.
They also have a
Yeah,
massive mouth, so maybe?
yeah, maybe I wonder if they could be evolved bulldogs.
That would be kind of weird for them to have ex that would be weird as shit,
I mean, yeah, but look at this thing.
It
I
is
guess.
horrific.
This thing's awful. I don't like this thing.
Me neither. I think it looks.
So
When you
bored.
pulled it, you seemed excited for it.
I
Yeah.
did, and I don't know why I was. I think I
Hey,
was excited because like,
let's not spoil the surprise.
oh, yeah, you're right. Uh, on my phone. Oh no. Again, there's not much to. The issue with this, and you'll learn of this with a lot of the with a lot some of the other Ark creatures. Like even Reaper for an extent. A lot of the some of the later fake things don't have a lot to talk about because they tend to be game mechanic first.
And creature second, which is not the best
Yes.
direction.
No. I don't think Extinction doesn't do that. Besides Gotcha, Extinction does a pretty good job of not doing this. Um, and Scorched Earth and Aberration are amazing at not doing this.
Yeah.
Hell, even Reaper has a reason. But this is a game mechanic. It's not great.
I don't know. Like Gotcha's a game mechanic, as in it gathers resources. This is
Sorry, it's a combat mechanic. Excuse me.
it's a combat. Well, yes and no. Like if you're being chased by a predator, you can turn around, throw this thing at it.
I guess that's true. And then, but the other thing is that how do you tame this thing again?
I think you have to sacrifice
A
pets to it.
tame. Yeah. Okay. So
Like
again,
you have to let it mind
I-
control them and then let them attack you.
And then
yeah.
when they outlive their usefulness, just remove it with the brain.
Yeah. And it's an insta kill button, like on most
Yes.
things.
Like
It's I think
like Giga, I can understand being an insta kill button because it's Ark Godzilla, but this guy,
yeah. It just feels. It feels unnecessary. Like my opinion on both, um, of the, Genesis. I do not like Genesis. And we'll learn that later when we get to the other Genesis creatures like Megarcalon and stuff. Is that Genesis?
I'm not sure.
It's past my time. You can go mind control the Bronto.
Yeah, apparently. Well, it can jump pretty high.
You can. Boing. Well, it makes sense that it should jump
boing.
pretty high. It needs to latch onto the brain. Oh, so the distance limit.
Oh no, I accidentally
No,
hopped off of it.
no.
Okay.
And then there were
But
five.
do we think we need to? Do we want to rank this thing?
Sure.
Not
Is
much.
there anything else really to say?
Not
Not
really.
really.
I hope we get more. Something more interesting next week.
Yes.
We've had a few weeks in a row of nothing.
kind of
Well,
dud.
actually, we had Procoptodon and Doedicarus, which are pretty good. And then
Yeah.
Reaper.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got a lot out of Doedicarus.
We did. How
We
long is
did.
that video? I
About-
haven't seen it.
I don't think it's uploaded
50
yet.
something. Actually, it's
Oh,
airing
it-
right now when we're recording this.
It's airing right now.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're 38 minutes in, and we're like just mentioning that it's convergent on Ankylosaurs. You got a lot out of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope we get something more interesting. But let's rank the thing. Start with Gojira. Why not?
I'm not a fan. Like, I did not like this thing. Like Dom said, it's a game mechanic first and a creature second, and it's just very ugly. Like I said, it's a Lilo and Stitch rejected experiment, and I don't know. Like, its game mechanic is kind of cool, but it just looks like misshapen. It looks like a monstrosity. So I gotta give it a D.
Yeah. I echo Gojira here. It's ugly, and not even in a good way. Like if we mentioned Bulb Dog, I think Bulb Dog is ugly done perfect. It looks like a little creature that will love you to death despite being a head with legs. It's amazing. This feels like a game mechanic, and Doc also mentioned if you just made it a slug, or it'd be so much better.
It'd be a lot less confusing.
That too. It just feels like a lot of the Genesis stuff feels like they were just meant for power creep because of stuff. And I do like what Ark's going into now with Ascended. Mind you, what they're behind Ascended, not great, but like all the creature votes. And when we eventually get to a Shastasaurus, and you saved yourself
Yes, I
from
did.
the cross.
Whoa, gee, oh, wow, what?
That's a whoa! You having fun there?
Okay. It's not going straight.
I wonder,
it's because I'm on the tail.
Why the tail?
I don't know.
Deities.
Oh no.
The leeches! Save yourself from the leeches! The leeches, they come!
Kill them.
See, leech would be interesting to talk about because leeches are cool.
Leeches are
But no,
cool. It is not.
I have to give it a D. It's not an F.
Yeah.
It's not an F. It's a low D though. It's not great. Again, it's a cool idea, and I do like the idea of one of the things being on a mind control, but it feels too strong. It also insta-kills whenever you take it off. So, like, let's say you mind control someone's Rex, and then you just it just kills the Rex. Like, they can't. I don't know if there is a way you can remove a Noglin without it just killing it.
I don't know.
So yeah,
No,
D.
I'm just picking a fight with everything.
Anyways, Doc, what's your opinion on the creature from the abyss?
I mean, I'm not exactly a big fan. Like, it's not the worst thing in the game, but I'd say it's far from the best. Wait, I can control a Rex, but I can't control...
A Carno?
Apparently.
That seems weird. What?
Yeah, but... oh, actually, this is a nice color Rex, too.
It's a very pretty Rex.
Reminds me of Walking with Dinosaurs.
Well, I mean, too bad that it's dead now, I guess. Oh, does Rex have trample damage?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
It's
I don't
animated
know.
really nice too.
In regards to the Noglin, I don't think I'm as... No, you know what? I will be as harsh as you guys. I agree with a D. It's just...
Yeah!
It's a dud. Like, Bulb
D for
Dog
dud.
feels like a better version of it, and the whole mind control mechanic is just... I mean, you can already tame the creatures, and you basically mind control them. Like,
Yeah.
I could see there being some utility in PvP. Oh, hey, the dodos have their hats.
No, that's nice, but PvP mechanics in creatures are not great. But there are some that do it good, and we'll get to those. I think there are even shoulder pets that have good PvP mechanics. I like what Microraptor does,
Or
despite
like
everyone
Pego.
else's hatred for it. Pego,
Or
too.
What's the bird? Ichthyornis?
Ichthyornis, yeah.
Wow,
Those are interesting mechanics, as well as being cool creatures. But no. So is your rating a D as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going D too.
So yeah, all of them are D.
So
It's a shame.
I will get the tier list up.
Yep. This is
I'll
a
wait for you to-
tanky Diplodocus.
It is.
Nope, it's got backup.
Oh, they're ping-ponging
Little
to each other.
Land Before Time round 2.
Hi, Noglin. Come here, child.
Okay.
Are we good? Can I stream? Yes.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
gonna exit Ark. Stop sharing. Now tag
we
you
have
in.
Noglin here.
A solid. Oh no!
D.
Above or below
E.
Hydaria?
Below.
Above.
Below.
Oh, below?
Yeah, below Nigeria.
Yeah, because
I'm
Gojira
fine.
actually rated it. Or
I'm fine
Nidaria
with that.
kind of higher.
I'm fine with that. So, everyone, we are officially a bit through the list. And we have things that aren't just a bunch of B tiers.
Yes.
Yes. Well, yeah, things that aren't just.
Yeah.
Though we still have plenty of
And
B
with
tiers.
And with that, I thank you, and we'll go to the list, the wheel, and this will be the last video that we will have different outfits and be in different positions for the wheel. There is no reason for this, and don't think into it. But yes,
Just turn your brain off. Think of it like a
exactly.
Think of
think of
anything.
it like a Michael Bay movie. Don't think about it.
Don't.
All right, guys. After that interesting little goblin, which I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we had lots to talk about, lots of
Oh,
interesting
we
things
did.
to talk about. It's time to
What do you
spin
mean?
the
We're
wheel.
recording this after.
Yeah, all of these recordings are definitely in order.
Very much in order.
It just so
Yeah,
happens
that's why
that I
you're
wear the
seeing my
same
face
shirt.
here for the first time ever, I'm sure.
We planned these
Yeah.
from the beginning.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely wearing the
Some
same
things.
shirt because it's the same recording.
Got about as much planning as the Star Wars sequel trilogy.
Oh, don't you dare!
Okay, we're not that bad.
Yeah.
We
Don't
have a
dare.
plan.
At least we have
Okay,
like a document that we
on
write
that
stuff
note-
on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, are we hoping for more or less pain than
Less.
this wheel spin?
Much
I
less.
want something
more.
that we can talk
Something
about
agonizing.
that has science to it.
I want something good. Just
Yeah,
something
no,
good.
no. I
And
want
it-
like you.
Oh!
That works.
I'm
That's
gonna have
good.
I am gonna have a field day ripping this thing apart.
Yeah, I love the Arcdeodon. I don't care. I
Like,
think this thing's
the-
beautiful.
As someone who has looked at Entelodonts,
Yeah.
like maybe not worked on, but like looked at their fossils, like in my school, this is personal.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. I can't wait. Yeah. No,
Well-
I love the Arcdeodon.
That little
Well, I for one am
Like-
excited.
Mm.
The pig is welcome.
It's an episode Gojira can finally take the reins on.
yes. That little stunted gremlin of a Daedon.
It is small.
So-
It is a
it's so
bit
happy.
small.
Yeah. Like
It is very.
I want my
just
beefy
wants to
bison
heal.
And
boy.
it's wag wag wag.
The second that thing goes wag wag wag, I am feeding it to a giga.
So, anyways,
Well,
what
if
happens
you-
next week where we get to talk about a personal attack on Gojira's field of study?
Well, not field
Oh.
study, more like
Close.
like classwork.
Yeah.
Like
well, at any rate, if you
Or
want to
muse-
see one of us lose our minds, make sure to do all the YouTube things. Like, subscribe,
do.
share this with a paleo loving friend.
Yes.
We'll see you soon, folks.